A shudder runs through the floor as the bargee gets underway. A new passenger has boarded at Honey Lodge, a thin individual with hard grey eyes. He descends the taproom stairs, pausing to shake rain from his cloak and wide-brimmed hat. Slung at his side is a narrow-bladed sword, and clutched in his hand is a leather-bound book, its cover as plain and as black as his somber clothing. Without saying a word, he takes a seat in the shadows of the opposite corner and opens the book to read.
Okay.
Tross swallows the last drop of ale and turns his head to see what is attracting your attention. He catches sight of the new passenger and begins to choke. By the stars! He hisses. It's him! It's Kisor, the necromancer! He pulls a crumpled scroll from within his tunic and unfurls on the table. On it is a picture of a man's face. The cruel features bear an uncanny resemblance to those of the stranger. Beneath the picture you read, Notice of Death, Kisor the necromancer, renegade shaman of Mogaruith, leader of the forbidden sect of Dazutskul.
What?
Yeah, renegade shaman of Mogaruith, leader of the forbidden sect of Dazutskul.
That sounds way too much like Sutsko.
How can you have any dignity as a necromancer with that kind of name?
And for those who don't know, Sutsko is Danish for... well...
a slipper.
Yeah, slipper.
Oh, my slippers!
It is hereby proclaimed by lawful authority that in just retribution for wild acts of black sorcery perpetrated throughout the freeland of Telestria, a bounty of 10,000 loon is offered for the head of Kisor the necromancer, by order of Queen Evane of Telestria, MS 5060. This could be our chance to make a fortune, whispers Tross. Help me take him and we'll split the reward. Agreed? Do you wish to help him attack the necromancer, or will you refuse to help him?
He's probably going to be incredibly dangerous.
I don't know. He's just sitting down, reading his book, and all of a sudden, attack! I don't know.
And we don't know if it's actually him.
I'm conflicted about this. This seems... okay, I need to be frank. This seems dishonorable just to charge up and kill a man.
Right, because this will definitely be the first time you did that.
Do you need to remind me? I already feel bad enough as it is. My honor is stained with a merchant. Oh, what the hell. Let's kill him. Might as well, now we're at it.
What do you two others say?
Shouldn't we focus on our mission instead of getting more people angry at us? Besides, speaking of
another thing is we're in a crowded room.
Yeah. Him using black if it is him, then him using black magic in there could be very dangerous.
And I don't know.
Besides, how can we be sure that it is him? Not just someone who looks like him.
Yeah, you will have to excuse me a moment. Someone is ringing my door.
Ah, well, in that case, we'll be right back. Made up your minds?
I say, now that I've had time to think, that maybe not. Because, as it was pointed out, black magic in a crowded room equals a lot of dead.
Besides, last time we attacked someone in a bar without being certain, it ended pretty fucking badly.
Yeah, as Cobra just brought up again.
Okay, so that's a no then.
Mm-hmm.
What? Exclaims Tross incredulously. Are you afraid of a sniveling grave poacher? If you'll not help me, then I'll do the job alone. Before you have a chance to respond, he leaves the table and advances towards the stranger. The man remains motionless, seemingly engrossed in his black book. Tross draws his sword and holds aloft the notes of death on his free hand. You are Kesor the necromancer, an outlaw in his land. The man remains as still as a stone statue. By the authority of Queen Evane, Tross stops in mid-sentence. His commanding voice little more than a stifled groan as Kisor looks up from his book. His hard grey eyes glow with an unnatural intensity. Tross screams. His face becomes a mass of swelling and erupting balls. He collapses to his knees as the pain grows more intense. I'll finish this worm, snarls Pyro, incensed by Trost's agony and the cruel gloating laugh of his tormentor. He draws his sword and strikes across the hole, but before he can strike a blow, the necromancer conjures forth a new, more horrific summonation.
Okay, so it was him.
A horde of huge black spiders carpet the floor, their bulbous bellies crouched and hairy angular legs. In a sudden rush, they skull towards Pyro, their eyes glinting and the mantle escaping wide. Do you wish to use your bow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Goddamn, we are not good at bar fights.
You draw an arrow to your cheek and take aim at the necromancer, but passengers run wildly across your field of fire, and you dare not release your arrow for fear of hitting one of them. Precious seconds elapse as you wait a chance to fire. Roll the die, and... oh, if you had weapon mastery, you would be able to add... no, wait, that's only if you had weapon mastery and bow. In any case, roll the die.
3.
The sight of Pyro being forced back into a corner by the loathsome spiders makes you fire as soon as you glimpse your target. The arrow flies true, but a hapless passenger runs across his path. He screams as the arrow clips his shoulder. It is only a flesh wound, but your shot has been deflected. It sinks harmlessly into the taproom wall. You curse your bad luck and shoulder your bow in favor of a hand weapon. Remove one arrow.
Consider it done.
The necromancer senses the threat you pose and turns to face you, his hand weaving a pattern in the air. Suddenly you are literally frozen in your tracks. Frost sparkles on your hair and clothing and ice sheens your eyes. Your breath comes in misty clouds as you labor to stay conscious. And you don't have nexus. The numbing cold robs you of the speed and strength needed to fight this evil enemy. Lose 5 endurance points.
Glorious.
Suddenly a wave of heat awakens your senses. Pyro has summoned fire to his aid, wafting a sheet of flame down upon the spiders that are closing in for the kill. They flare brightly, their legs withering in the flames, their crackling black bodies dropping to the floor and crumpling to dust. Kiso shrieks in frustration. He draws his sword before his face and mouths a silent spell of protection before luring his blade and pointing it towards your chest. Oh, and he's immune to psychic powers. But you only take half damage in this battle because Pyro aids you.
Okay.
So you have a combat skill of what?
27.
That would be true, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Alright. Then you may roll the die.
6.
Right. In that case, you open up with a vicious salvo of blows to the guy who is not as competent a sword fighter as he is a mage. Sadly for him, good for you. Nonetheless, he manages to get in a small blow that scrapes your side. You lose 1 endurance point. Roll the die again.
1.
Right, your blow is almost completely deflected by his protection spell, but manages to do a small scrape on his side. He uses the opportunity to jab his sword into your shoulder. You lose 3 endurance. Roll the die again.
8.
Ooh. Well, you advance forward, this time being minding the protection spell, trying to find ways to go through it. It's kind of hard to given that it's an invincible force shield, but nonetheless you manage a fierce blow to his side that spills his blood on the deck. He tries to counterattack, but weakened by the blow, he only just managed to tap you on the head, basically. You lose 1 endurance point.
Am I the only one who thinks that this guy is sort of the male equivalent of the evil Queen of Snow White?
In any case, roll the die again.
5.
Okay. You successfully trade blows with the guy. Thankfully, you have Pyro at your side, and the guy you're fighting, the necromancer, can barely manage to keep up with the both of you. And where he would probably have managed to do much worse harm, he only managed to do a few scrapes. You lose 2 endurance points. Roll the die.
5.
Right. You battle back and forth, trying to avoid the screaming civilians running left and right in panic. It is quite the scenery. The necromancer lunges forward, seeing an opening, but Pydo managed to deflect the blade almost completely away from you, earning you another scrape to your quite nice collection. You lose 2 endurance points.
Come again?
2 endurance points.
Yeah, we are down to 23 at the moment.
Right, now I only need 3 more scrapes and I'll have the entire collection.
Indeed. Roll a dime.
Oh.
Right. The battle draws out as the guy advances, stabbing, twirling, trying to get a good hit in, but he can't. 2 against 1, and the guy has apparently burned up his spells. Nonetheless, you're hit again. 2 endurance points.
Oh dear. Don't say twirling, now I'm imagining him doing a ballet.
Witness the evilest dance in history. In any case, roll a die again.
And it's fabulous.
5.
You can't you roll anything different?
Ask the die.
The battle continues forward and backwards as it has done for at least a while now. It becomes a bit monotonous if it weren't for the threat of imminent death. You lose 2 endurance points.
Okay, we need to take a potion as soon as possible.
Roll a die again.
Well, that was something else. 10.
Right. Finally, your blade goes straight through the barrier, breaking his concentration and then, well, breaking him. You won. Keyshawn lies dead, but Pydo warns you not to approach the body. I heard tell that these priests of evil can awaken after death to avenge themselves. Stand back and I'll make sure this one never returns to haunt us. Pydo raises his sword and severs Kersor's head with one swift stroke. Both eyelids spring open, revealing eyes burning red with hatred, but the fire quickly dies and the eyes turn a misty grey. There. It is done, says Pydo, wiping his sword on the sleeve of his tunic. He steps back and looks around. Where's Trost? You cast your eyes to the place where he fell and see a fire-blackened body covered with remains of incinerated spires. There he is, you say sadly. Pydo takes a blanket from his backpack and drapes two of the corpse before reciting the words of the Knuala, Vakera's prayer for those who have fallen in battle.
God damn it, we are not good at bar fight.
Not at all. All because we wouldn't attack one random civilian who we didn't know was actually evil.
Yeah.
In the name of the gods, what happened here? Thunders the captain as he hurries down the tapped room stairs.
Well, we had a slight case of necromancer.
During the first fight we killed the wrong guy, during this fight we didn't kill the right guy. Which I guess is sort of also sort of what we did the first time. We didn't kill the right guy with the first fight also.
A crowd of
God damn it.